It is not something you feign. It's not something you feign. Love should be something that loves. That is not fake. There are those out there that will say, I love you. But they don't love you. They'll get behind your back and they'll backbite. They'll get behind your back and they'll say all manner of evil against you. Some of it true, some of it not. But I will say this, love covereth a multitude of sins. Love covereth all sin. God says if you love, you don't go about talking about those you love in an evil way. Now, if there's something in their life that is evil, you abhor that. But you don't gossip about that. But what do? Oh, you cleave to that which is good. It's an honest heart. Right in front of the heart, the mouth speaks. If you got a heart that's loving without dissimulation, it will not speak evil of that whom you love. Now it may speak strongly to those that love, but it will not go about talking about in an evil way those who love. I notice an honest heart, and I notice an honorable heart. Verses 10 and 11. Verses 10 and 11, an honorable heart, be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. Not scoffing in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. I noticed that an honorable heart, it's kindly affection with brotherly love. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. We know that we pass the life that we love the brethren. And when we love the brethren, we prefer the brethren. We say, I don't have to have my wife. You can have yours. If I've only got 2 bags of coffee, and one of them is a good brand, and the other is a not so good brand. Now, I do not know if we can get to the bad brand like Maxwell House, and that I might not prefer the brethren than that, but I might get to the Maxwell House. But maybe I have to have with the Folgers instead of Kent side, or maybe that for the Cowboy Job. I'm just using coffee for an example. You got some good coffee. You say, listen, I've only got this, I can give this bag to the brother, or I can give him the not so good bag. Do you prefer the brethren? When it comes to buying a new car, do you buy a car for you, or do you buy a car for your wife? Young lady, when it comes to I would like to go out to eat, or your husband would like to have a home-cooked meal, do you prefer him over you? You see how this thing operates? Love has an honorable heart, preferring one another. Not slothful in business, not taking advantage of one another, but doing your best. When you love, you do your best. You don't just do to get by. You do your best. Fervent in spirit. Not only do your best, but you do it with some vigor. Some, I want to do it. That's an honorable heart. Just like you would do it unto the Lord as you're serving the Lord. There's an honest heart, there's an honorable heart. And that the life of the burnt offering ought to be lived with an honest heart, and an honorable heart, and a hope-filled heart. Verse 12, rejoicing in hope. Because of our hope, we are patient in tribulation. So in a heart and a continuing instant prayer. This is the life of the burnt offering. Hope-filled. That I have access to God. I've got time with God. I've got something to look forward to, worshiping Him and fellowshipping with Him. Then I notice there's a hospitable heart. It gives, distributing to the necessity of saints. Giving the hospitality. I want to have a hospitable heart. I want to just give and give and give. That's the burnt offering. Why? Because if I'm crucified, I don't need to have. How often is it I want to have? Then I'll give my leftover. That's why the tithe comes from the first fruits and not from the leftovers. That is why when you get your paycheck, the first thing you do is write out or put aside the tithe. And then you live on what's left. Say, but I can't live that well on what's left. So your God cannot take care of it. Hospitality. Helpful. A helpful heart. Verses 14 and 15. Bless them that persecute you. Bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Are you willing to come alongside and help those who hurt you? Or do you say, tit for tat, you kill my dog, I kill your cat? Are you willing to rejoice with them that rejoice? But are you willing to weep with them that weep? Are you willing to come alongside when somebody's hurting and let them pour out their heartaches and their heartbreaks to you that you might cry along with them? It's compassion. It's helpful. Then I noticed the last thing about the heart. Well, no, it is not the last thing, but it's an humble heart. An humble heart. And you'll notice that. Be of the same mind one toward another, mind not high things, but condescend or lower yourself to where the men of low estate. Be willing to get down where they're at so that you can meet their needs. I did not say live like a sinner, but if the sinners are living in dirt to where they're living under a bridge because they're homeless and helpless, are you willing to get down there and visit with them? Are you willing to go into the prison houses where they're at? Are you willing to go into the ghettos where they are? Not to try to make them like you, except for where you're like Christ. Condescending, constrained by the love of Christ. And compassion.